Salvete Omnes, this is Paolo coming at you again with another Aeneid screencast. We've got book 6, lines 384 through 397 today. So for starters, this is the beginning of Aeneas and his crew coming to the underworld, and they're approaching the river right now. So we start with ergiter and keptum paragunt fluvioque propinquant. So we've got so they proceed. So they proceed on the journey they had begun and draw near the river. Uh, Moving on to Navita quos Yamende and Yam de ut Stygia prospexit ab unda per tacitum nemus ire pedemque quader vertere ripae sic prior ad greditor dictis act quinquepat ultro. So as soon as, with this ut right here, the sailor catches sight or sees them, quos meaning eos right here, it's a connecting relative, sees them, uh, even from, so like even from his post by the Stygian wave, or like seeing them from the mist of his post. After he sees them pass through uh, the silent wood and turn by foot, uh, foot to the bank. Thus, first, he advanced without words, and once rebukes them. So basically, they show up, and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing here? Can't really be here." And then grammatically, we've got so fluvio here is a dative of place, so that's like the drawing near the river, and then the ut here is equivalent to ut primum, so as soon as, and then the sailor here that they're referring to is Charon, the person who takes people from one side to the other, admitting them into the underworld. So this is him talking now. He's about to go into why he's concerned that they're there, and then he'll recall what happened when Hercules, the last time he allowed living people to cross the river, what happened and how much trouble he got in. So we got quis es armatus qui nostrad flumina tendis farage quid venias jam yas instinct et comprime gressum umbrarum hic locus est somni noctisque soporae corpora viva nefas stygia vectare carina. So whoever you are, quis es, who comes armed to our river side. And then here we get into some imperatives, as you may remember from what we did in last class. We've got come, say why you come. just from where you are and check your steps. Um, it is, oh, sorry. This is a place of shadows. So, this is a place of shadows, of sleep, and a slumberous night. It is impious, or it's a sin, to carry living bodies on the Stygian boat. So here, like I said, he's bringing up what happened when he allowed Hercules, Theseus, and Pirithous to cross. And then with quid venias, it's a subjunctive indicative, I believe. And then with instinct, it's a demonstrative of second person. So that's where you get like the say why you come. And then this is assonance. So assonance is like the repetition of a certain sound, mostly with sorry. And then sleep, when he says this is a place of sleep, he's referring mostly to death. And then nephos is s, and est is understood, and with victare, may is understood. Here he actually gets into, really it's just him elaborating on what happened to him. So we've got nec vero alciden me sum laetatus juntem arcepisse laucu nec thesia pirithouque dis quamquam genitaque quin victi viribus essent. So in truth, I am neither happy to have welcomed Hercules. So happy to have welcomed Hercules, and this is the patronymic, Alcidin, meaning Hercules. We're referring to Hercules on my pool. So he's neither happy to have welcomed Hercules on his pool when when Hercules came, nor Theseus and Pirithous, although they were sons of gods and invincible in strength. And so basically, he's saying, although they didn't really he didn't really have a choice if he could have allowed it or not. He still regrets letting them in. He was locked up. He was chained for a year as a punishment. So yeah, it sucked for him. And then moving on to some more grammatical things. Of course, we've got Untum, which is it's actually Venientum. So it's like going on his journey. So basically talking about when Hercules came down. And then we've got having an infinitive after a verb of motion is normal in Latin poetry, so that's why you see one here. Laku is an ablative of place, and then essent is just the subjunctive. It's a concessive clause, so it's like him giving his thought, basically. That's why the subjunctive is used. Then finally, we've got what actually happens when Hercules does go down there. Tartareile manu custoden vincula petivet ipsius a solio regis traxit quae trementem dominam ditis thalamo deduceradorti. So he sought to enchain the former guard dog. So he sought to enchain the former guard dog of Tartarus, Cerberus, that is, and by hand, and dragged him trembling from the king's throne. Theseus and Pirithous attempted. So the he here actually it's referring to both Theseus and Pirithous. It kind of means like the two forming one party. Um, but they attempted to carry off our queen from the chamber of Pluto. So when he says dominum, it's referring, or like dominum is equivalent to reginum. So he's talking about Pluto. And then here, ditis, the genitive doesn't go with dominum, rather thalamo. But because of the way that it's positioned, it seems to imply that they are supposed to go together. So